Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, watching us from the home of cricket in Uganda. We're coming to you live from Lugogo Cricket Oval. This is match day number 4, game number 8 will be coming up shortly. With me out here in the middle is the captain of the Karuma Rapids, Proskovia Alako, and the captain of the Bujagali Rafters, Stefan the Don Nampina, and one of the umpires that will be standing through, former Victoria Powers player Gloria Obukol. Time for the toss. Home team captain will flick the coin, and Karuma Rapids will call. Time for the toss.
Heads.
Heads is the call. And heads it is. Alako, please come through quickly. You've won the toss. What are you going to be doing?
I love the bat first.
Why would you love to bat first on such a surface that looks a bit weary?
I don't think it looks weary. We have used it for the past, past 3 days, and yeah, it's a flat wicket, and we'll be looking forward to putting some runs that we can defend.
Before the break, you scored the highest score of the tournament, 127, and you won by 1 run. So how many runs do you think are enough for you today here?
130.
Well, good luck to you in your match.
Thank you.
If you had won the toss, what would you have done?
I think I should have bowled first.
So the toss has gone your way. How many runs do you like to restrict the Rapids to? Because considering how you guys batted in the morning, you only got 72.
I think less than 100.
And any changes in the team that played in the morning?
Yeah, Karuma is out. Karuma is out, Beatrice is in. Sonia is in.
Is Sonia also out?
No, she's in.
All right, good luck to you in your match.
Thank you.
You heard it from the two captains there. It is the Karuma Rapids skipper, Proskovia Alako, that won the toss and said they will have a bat.
You've heard it live there from the center. It's an affair between the Bujagali Rafters and the Karuma Rapids. Never change a winning formula. The Karuma Rapids have won the toss and opted to bat first. Yesterday it worked out for them as they got the first victory, where they managed to overcome the Tanda Kayakas, winning that close game by just 1 run. This is match day number 4 of the Waterfalls Women's T20 Elite Tournament here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. Raj Gas Pro, Scope Energy, Nyakasura Alumni League, Laika Mobile are all sponsors of this tournament. Everything organized by Cricket Uganda. The two umpires right in the middle, Mukaya Shama Uzama standing alongside Gloria Obukor. The two have represented Uganda. For Shama Mukaya, it was at the under-19 level, whereas for Gloria, she's played for the Victoria Powers in the past few years. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi here in the comms, and I'm not alone. I'm joined by the man who was there at the toss, Innocent Ndaula. Good afternoon, Innocent, and welcome.
Welcome to you, Ivan. It was a beautiful lunch break. You had more hours to cool off for the first time in the 4 match days. The game ending earlier in Market Nakisuyu, finding high hitting range alongside the standing captain of the Kayakas, Jimmy Abdullah Muhammad, 25 of 20. And what was beautiful about that inning is that all Nakisuyu's runs were boundaries. 20 from 8 deliveries, as the Kayakas did play catch up with the Rafters in terms of who is leading at the top of the log. 6 points apiece. Those two teams will be back tomorrow. Karuma Rapids will be back tomorrow to play the Kayakas to decide who joins whoever does win here in the final. That's what I feel the table is like, because the Rafters have 6 points now, and if they win today now, they will be in the final. If the Rapids win, the Rapids have got to win again tomorrow, and then it will go down to net run rate, because all the 3 teams will have ended with 6 points apiece. This is the team playing for the Bujagali Rafters. Nampina is in. She's the captain. Kevin Awino, Mwanga Ruth, she has shown a lot of promise. Akrut Asumin from Soroti, Malisa Riokot plays for the Victoria Powers, as well as Kevin Amuge. Tahia Nasuna rested in the morning. She is in for the evening. Alumo Irene is rested after her shift in the morning. Sarah Akiteng, the teacher. Sonia Nampera, the all-rounder. Kongai Mercy Tracy is resting. Aiko Beatrice is in with Akuguziwe Charlotte on the bench.
Looking at the Karuma Rapids lineup, Esther Ilok, Ilora Joan, Josephine Ichumar, Ritam Samali, Proskovia Alako, the captain, Fiona Egarukulume, Patricia Malemikia, Consulate Oyokoni Mungu, Tino Sara, Rashida Kabula, and Nyangoma Mariam, all in there for the Karuma Rapids. Kevin Amuge has the ball in her hands for the first delivery, and she'll be bowling it to Esther Iloku.
That is creamed through the covers. Esther Iloku loves the cover drive. She won't get the full reward for it, but she'll get a couple of runs. She's opened the batting there with Joan Ilora. Joan Ilora from Light SS, from Olida High School. I beg your pardon. If I make a mistake there, you can forgive me, because those are two schools from the Sorority Cricket Academy Hub.
And they are separated by just a road in a place called Nakatunya. But Joan Ilora, one of the few players that I know of, right as soon as she got done with her primary, she got awarded of a bursary at Olida High School by Professor Olida, the owner of that school, courtesy of the Sorority Cricket Academy, because always what Mr. Olida does, the professor, he gives the academy opportunity to select the good players, and then for him all he does is impacting life and giving them the bursaries.
Touch and go. Joan Ilora loves to take off, and yes, they do momentarily on different networks, but it was just a matter of looking at each other, and they were taking off. The sun has come out with some venom now. There was a little cloud cover. Typical Ugandan weather. It's been hot and dry. The nights have been hotter. And if you ever thought you needed to stay in an apartment with an AC, well, the thinking is right now. But you need to have some more pennies in your wallet to be able to stay in such an apartment, because there are very few of them in Uganda with the ACs. The whip across the line. Umpire Shama Mukaya says not a chance. That is going down the line. Ilora has all her dugout finding their voice, because it looks like she was trying to play that shadow shot from outside the crease before the ball was dead.
A bit dangerous. You could easily be run out. Protection backward of the square. 30 man and feint leg for Kevin Amoge.
I don't like to see youngsters who walk in there to bat and they just swing their hands. I like to see them find placement, get bat on board, don't just swing. The idea for Ilora to just swing at the pacer is not ideal. Get yourself in a position to play the shot you want to play, but otherwise she's standing on the front foot and she's trying to cut. Not good advice. On two legs, that will never be out. But what Ilora is trying to do is wrong. She's trying to hit the ball very hard when placement could have worked now. Early days in the power play, and if she finds the gap, the outfield here in Lugoga has been electric. It's been doing the job for the girls.
Yeah, soft touch could give her a run easily there at the short third man bound at the short third man area. I believe it's a much better intent being shown by the Karuma Rapids. They did not change the winning formula. They batted first yesterday after winning the toss, and they've stuck to the same.
Say yesterday, but I can remind them, everyone watching, it's yesterday but one. Yesterday was a day off for everyone else here. But Kevin Amuge, 10 runs she did go for in the first over in the morning game. She never came back. Now she shows she's learned her lesson. She's only gone for 3. And at the end of the first, the score is 3 without loss.
Second last game to complete group stage action. The Karuma Rapids and the Itanda Kayakas will wrap up that phase tomorrow in the morning. Ariokoti Malisa will bowl the second over from the shell end extra cover, and the third man at the boundary. So Esther Ilok, who is on 3 off 2, whereas Ilorajuan is still looking for her hitting range. Widith on the offer. And Esther Ilok pumps that one through that point area to pick up the first boundary in this innings.
Beautiful shot played by Esther Iloku. Malisa Ariokot coming through. Very well cut. And everyone in the dugout there of Ivan Kakande's Karuma Rapid says nobody move because nobody will get hurt. You just have to pick that one from the beyond the boundary ropes.
Good start to the over. Malisa Ariokot now will try to over push it. I tell you, I saw that coming from Malisa. But there is a proper field setup there as now Beatrice Aiko is starting at backwards of point. Just making sure that she cuts off that run. Malisa Ariokot has that effective slower, but every time she needs it for a boundary, she starts overhitting the deck, which turns out to be costly for her at times. But she's making amends for the first boundary that she's gone for in the over. Just making sure that she bowls the good areas and keep the blade over Esther Ilok. So Esther Ilok has not been in a very fine touch so far in the tournament.
It would be nice to watch Esther Ilok play the long game. She has been in a hurry. That has been her undoing. And see what happens again. Commentators cast strikes. Esther Ilok, 7 from 6. She'll be the first one to go and take a cooler and cool off because she was playing too many shots in a little time. Her pedestrian tournament continues. She's been playing second fiddle, and Malisa Ariokot will be happy to strike.
Really not a very good area there from Esther Ilok. She moved away from the line of the ball and then tried to cut it. A light feather to the wicket keeper, and the Bujagali Rafters have something to smile about. The Rafters lost in the morning, but they are showing a much better body language compared to what they have displayed in the morning. 7 for 1 after 1.4, and in comes Rita Musamali.
We are talking about here the good things of this tournament. The youngsters getting a chance to play with the senior players. There's under 19 qualifier coming through. Will be hosted in Uganda. There is a chance for them to win some prize money. $1 million is not money you like to live out there in the wilderness. Please pick it up from the bank and run, go make merry. Because the winner will be taking that thanks to Raj Gas Pro, Scoop Energy, Nyakasura Alumni, and the other partners.
Elon Jimmy Atohaire, a friend of the game, making sure that he puts some money on the cards for the girls to win. Half tracker there from Malisa Ariokot. But Rita Msamali knows early days the innings, not putting too much pressure. She knows so many balls are remaining to play around with. She knows Malisa will come in her slot. But good comeback there from Malisa Ariokot. She went for 4 on the very first ball, picked up 2 dirty balls, and got rid of Ilok Esther. Managed to complete that over without conceding any more runs. And after the second, 7 for 1 is the score. Second over for Kevin Amuge, third in the game. Her first went for not so many, just 3 runs. Good start there from Ilora Joan. She plays it through the cover area. And Mwanga Ruth will do the clean-up job. Not the best of throws there from Ruth Mwanga, but the wicket-keeper, the experienced Kevin Awino, will give her backup.
Beauty from Joan Ilora because she waits for that ball before she puts bat on it. And that's the idea. Before, in the first over when Kevin was bowling, she was just swinging wildly. You never get rewards for playing premeditated shots. Let's see, Omuge is in good rhythm. Opening bowler for the Victoria Pearls. Highly rated as one of the best swing and seam bowlers. But it's that wide that she always suffers whenever she overcompensates and tries to get a little too closer to the piles because her ball keeps moving down and down the line.
And most of her weights, Kevin Amuge always go down the leg. So if you could just ball it outside off stump, it means it will swing in, and maybe you'll get a chance of knocking down that off stump line. She has work to do. She didn't really help the team in the morning game, but now she has to make sure that she bowls those good areas to make sure that she helps the Bujagali Rafters to limiting the Karuma Rapids to a small total. And hopefully for the Karuma Rapids, they worked on their fielding because they scored the highest total of the tournament, and it was nearly chased down. So if they can do quick amends, they stand a chance of missing out a place in the final. A win for them here, the Karuma Rapids, keeps them alive in the contest. And if they lose, playing tomorrow will be as good as nothing.
You can say that again, Ivan. Pinpoint accurate. But these two sides have 5 national players in their ranks apiece. Nampina Awino, Malisa Amuge, Akiteng for the Bujagali Rafters. And for the Kayakers, and for the Rapids, I beg your pardon, there's Alako, Iluko, Musamali, and Aweko, even without mentioning Egaru Kulum and Patricia Malmekia. They wrote a 5 in. Tino Sarah has been left out. So lots of talent and experience in these sides. Laura Joan almost running herself deep down the river. She was about to drown. The misfield from Akrut Asumini, giving her a second chance or a second life, whichever way you look at it.
Good comeback there from Amuge Kevin. She got away 2 runs off her very first ball, compensated with the wide, but then the dot balls that she's bowled, the 4 back dots with the final ball coming, have been goldie dust. Fall and slashed straight to the hands of Stephanie Nampina, who doesn't put down many, gets it on the second chance, and Joan Ilora falls into the trap. Kevin Amuge picks her first wicket, and the Karuma Rapids are 2 down.
The body language for the skipper of the Rafters, the Dawn, has not been very good. She'll trudge off, but what an effort from her not to spill the catch. Showed a lot of awareness. Joan Laura was in a hurry, and needlessly in a hurry. This is the final ball of the over from a very good bowler. Give it some respect, but again, she throws her bat to it, and look at that. The Dawn holding on dearly with the left hand, and that is supposed to be the weaker hand. Fielding with verve and skill there. And the Rafters have the Rapids in all sorts of trouble at 10 for 2.
Top athleticism there by Stephanie Nampina, making sure that the Rafters, who didn't win in the morning, exert more pressure onto the Rapids batting lineup. Josephine Ichmar opened the batting alongside Esther Ilok yesterday, but won. And now she's been sent into bat at number 4, joining Greater Msamali at the crease. Esther Ilok. Well, in her primary, she was the head girl at Nakatunya Primary School. I know the funny story I remember. One of the days she was at Olida when she had joined her Form 1 doing some bit of training. And her OGs from primary came and said that we are going to report to the teacher that you ran away from the school and now you're this side of Olida, not forgetting that she had graduated from primary at Nakatunya and now at Olida. One of the other girls who are enjoying those bursaries from Professor Olida, she comes in and finds the score at 10 for 2 after 3. And Marisa Aliokotu gave her away 4 in her first returns with the ball.
Musamali just helps it along. Marisa Aliokotu trying to go for raw pace, but once she strays away, it becomes an easy boundary ball. And Musamali says, I'll hog all the buffet and get the boundary, helping it all along, all the way to the fine leg boundary.
Should be important to see how Marisa Ariokot, who's been put on pressure, conceding a boundary of that first ball, she needs to make sure that she does amends as quickly as she can. Not bowling so close to the body of Ritam Samali. That's the bowling area. Keep feeding her, but there is protection mid-off and mid-on, starting right close. Whereas the only two fielders that she has outside the arc, a fine leg, and the third man in Sonia Nampin and Beatrice Ayuko, respectively. Half tracker and pulled away. Not a quick reaction there from Sonia Nampera, and that should go to the boundary. I believe if she had started taking off very quickly, she could have stood a chance of cutting that one off. Two boundaries in the over already. And look at that one there. Also shifting into the body of Ritam Samali. And Ritam Samali will send you to the boundary ropes every time you go so close to her body. Another one pulled again in the gap. Not too much power in that shot, but no protection. Should go past the boundary. Back boundaries there from Ritam Samali. 12 runs already in the over. Marisa Ariokot not making the necessary amends.
Pumped to the boundary. A hat-trick over boundaries from Samali. That will take the score to 22-2. How the ball rests down on the boundary. Beautiful sights and sounds here from the production team. Cameraman Waswa, Omulongo Waswa on it. Well in Waswa.
Current run rate 6 every over. The Bujagali Rafters should find a way of putting it down. Another run there for Ritam Samali, just using her wrist to send it to the mid wicket area to pick up that single. Despite wickets falling in the power play, somehow Ritam Samali is forcing things on the other side. She'll bat confidently knowing that another aggressive batter in Proskovia Alako, the skipper for the Rapids, is right outside. Last ball of the over. Shouts of how is it? That was shifting away from her a little further from the blade of Ichumar Josephine. And second wicket for Marisa Ariokot. Third in the game. And the 23-4 is where this over wraps up. Beg your pardon, 23-3.
Josephine Ichuma caught with a hanging blade, and she pays the price. She planted her front foot, and well, the blade was hanging, and then the faintest of edges. Yes, and that's how you reply after going for 13 in the over. And Marisa Ariokot does very well now. She's got 2 wickets to her name, and she's gone for 17 runs in her 2 overs. 8.5 now has been negated by the 2 wickets she's picked up. After 4, it's 23-3. Oh no, this is a battle of 2 contrasting sides. A win here for the Rafters will take them to the final tomorrow afternoon, whereas a win for the Rapids will mean that they have to win their last game against the Kayakers tomorrow morning to make the final. If they don't win now, they could as well be out of it all, because the final will be an affair between the Rafters and the Kayakers, with the Rapids just playing tomorrow's game as a mere post-procession obligation to finish their fixtures.
Bowling change for the Bujagali Rafters. Kitty, Sarah Akiting, the teacher, will get the ball It's been the spin of Kevin Amuge from that end, but now a spinner will be introduced into the attack. She is putting protection at a deep fine leg and deep mid wicket for Ritam Samali. Selecting bowling with her cap on. Not so many times do we see her do that. Left arm gets one drifting in to Ritam Samali. But I think her dangerous ball is on which turns away from the batter. Another half tracker and a deft touch there from Ritam Samali, just guiding it to short third to pick up that single and bring Proskovia Alapo strike.
The teacher Teng did very well in the morning. She was economical, parsimonious, but a biggest problem with the left-handers, they always run through the danger zone, and the umpire Sharma is quick to warn her. He says, please get away, ball and go away through the run-up from the danger area. Otherwise, your spikes are not doing the batting area any favors. She takes off the cap now, says, okay, let me refocus. 2 balls, she's gone for 1, 24 for 3 now. From the Ginger Road end, the teacher. Proskovia Lako walking into bat early today. Ivan Kakane saying, I will not hold back. Running very quickly, they share the stumps. Those will be leg buys. But risky single being taken by the 2 senior batters over the Rapids. They will do well with avoiding a lot of trouble.
You clearly see the changes in the field. For Proskovia Lako, there is cow corner and longo on. Whereas for Ritam Samali, there is deep square leg and deep mid wicket. Good work there from Ruth Mwanga at covers. Just making sure that she cuts that one off. Not a bad over for Sarakting so far. 2 runs given away. Final ball of the over. Short and pulled into the gap by Ritam Samali. A very, very loose ball and a hit me ball there from Sarakiting. And Ritam Samali manages to pull it to the deep mid wicket to complete the over. 5 off the over and 29 for 3 is the score after 5.
This is how Ritam Samali tucked that one away. She shuffles across the stumps to the offside, and those little jabs from her have been going to the boundary because she packs some real good power behind them. Not a very bad ball from Akiteng, but Samali knew exactly what to do. 29 for 3 after 5 now.
Final over to complete the power play. Bowling change. Nampera Sonia to replace Marisa Ariokot from the shell end. Connect your world like a mobile. Smart energy. Safer living, Scope Energy. Your trusted LPG partner, Raj Gas Pro. Nyakasura Alumni League, all sponsors for this tournament. And Cricket Uganda, the organizers. Sonia Nampera coming to bowl to the dangerous Proskovia Alako. Lot of width on the offer. And Proskovia Alako manages to pump it through that point area for the first boundary in this final over to complete the power play.
Sonia Nampera being welcomed into the attack by Alako, who gets off the mark with the boundary after facing 3 deliveries to move the score to 33 for 3. Yes, they've lost quick wickets here. The Rapids, but they continue to remain rapid with the scoring because they've found so many boundaries up front, all over the park, on the onside, on the offside. and all the short balls have been punished by the two senior batters. This time full, Alako being overzealous there, trying to hit it even before it reached her bat. She'll get one down to long on. Full and so there. Sonia Nampela continuing to make a good case for the youngsters because the rules of the tournament were easy. Every team has 3 under-19s and 2 of them must be in the match day squad. And I have gotten to learn that she bats better than she bowls, but primarily in this tournament she has been bowling better than she has batted. So, options for the under-19 all over the park. Hopefully they mature quickly before the tournament arrives. She's keeping it bodyline and not allowing Musamali to hit her anywhere because Musamali sits back and waits for the bad ball. Which bad ball is it? Always the short balls. Musamali gets the full rewards. Full toss. Chance for a run out. The throw is good. Alako, is she in? Home safe and dry. Umpire Shaba Mukaya says yes and no. 50-50 benefit of doubt will go to the batter. Otherwise there, Kevin Awino was celebrating a famous run out.
Nearly ran herself into trouble. Proskovia Alako. A close look there at that replay. Fumbled by the bowler. And they took off very quickly. Good thinking from Marisa Arioko, just throwing it the right side, but okay there from the replay. Proskovia Alaka had made her ground. We come to the end of the power play. 35-3 is the score after 6 overs. And now the Bujagali Rafters will have the leisure and liberty of using 4 fielders outside the arc. Deep square leg, cow corner, and extra cover being put in place. Plus longer on in Marisa Arioko court. Sarah Akiteng will return to ball. Extra cover comes up. That is cut a few feet off the boundary there for South Akiteng to make sure that she cuts that one off to just 1 run.
Musamali and Alako showing that they're in the mood, pushing the first run first. I like that from Alako because normally when she hits the ball hard to the boundary, she doesn't take off for the second. She just walks through the first.
Down on one knee and pulls it backward of the square into the gap. Just past Sonia Nampera at short fine to get another boundary there. Ritam Samali looking in full flow of runs.
Yes, Mutamali going on one knee. She loves that shot. And she's always manufacturing and innovating. And the rewards are true to form. Not a very bad ball again there from Akiteng. But it's because of Musamali's style of batting. Again, touch and go. But right to covers where Divine Nyamer is. Pardon, it's a short mid-wicket. She goes now. Helter skelter. For one run. Because now Akitengi notices that she's trying to go down on one knee to sweep those deliveries over 3/4 length. So she pitches up and Sam Samali goes over the top, not trying to hit it very hard. Good stuff. Alako over the infield. It will go all the way to the boundary. No. Superb fielding effort in the deep. And there's a rousing applause from everyone on the park. Akrut Asumin, the fielder for you in the frame there, with a fantastic job. Yes, you can limp all you want, but you done well, Asumini. End of the over now. 44 for 3 after 7.
That was a very fine stop there from Asumini Akrut, just making sure that her team doesn't concede a certain boundary. 44 for 3 after 7. Ritam Samali and Prescovia Alaka are trying to make sure that they build back the innings. From the Australia Open, Elena, who missed winning the tournament in 2026, is now the champion of. In 2023 is now the champion in 2026. Fine stuff.
Arina Svitolina from Ukraine. They are upstaging the world number 1, Sabalenka. You very know, so the men's final will be interesting.
Sonia Nampera back to ball. 6 in her first over, and she starts this one with a dot ball. I think the issue with Sonia Nampera is that she is overflating the ball. A skill that can work in junior cricket or maybe when you're bowling to your fellow under 19 players. But at this level, you need to bowl it a little bit flatter. Because when you try to flat it up, a powerful player like Prescovia Alako will wait for it and hit you all the way. Sonia needs to make amends. For Prescovia Alako, long off will go down, extra cover put in place, cow corner, and long on all patrolling the boundary for her.
Some good revs on that one there from Sonia Nampera. Real good revs. As she gets a dot ball. 2 dot balls for her in the over now. Touch and go. Alako and Musamali, their assignment is to get as many runs as they can. And because there is good telepathy between the two, they only look at each other and they are off running. Swept very clean. Amuge has got work to do. Her footballing skills let her down there. Four to the total. Ivan Kakande, the coach of the Rapids, is giving the girls as many flowers as they can because they're building a good partnership here. Nampera on the legs. Musamari off balance, but she sweeps very well and she gets the boundary she desires.
Not very good skill there to stop the ball from Kevin Amoge. Using 2 of her hands could have helped her to save her team from conceding that boundary. In the end, out of nowhere, there comes a boundary for the Karuma Rapids. And this pushes the partnership between Prescovia Alako and Ritam Samali. 25 runs. Rita has so far contributed 25. I beg your pardon, she has so far contributed 16. Whereas the contribution in this partnership for Prescovia is 8. Let's play down the ground and they take another run. Somehow these two are building back the innings and bringing things together for the Karuma Rapids. End of the over. That single brings up 50 runs at the end of the 8th. And the Karuma Rapids have lost just 3 wickets. Another bowling change for the Bujagali Rafters. Divine Nyamer is given the ball. Replacing Sarah Akiteng. Another handed spinner in the outfit. A leg spinner to be specific. Divine. That's drifting away from the batter, but fumbled at point. And a chance to take another run.
The tale of the tape here is that, yes, the Rafters have picked up early wickets, 3 to be exact, but they've also been guilty of conceding many. The 50 has come up in quick time, and they're still fighting. These two hold the hopes of the Rapids to put up a formidable total. Wides, it will be no, it's not a wide. Divine Nyamer knows her lines and lengths.
And there was too much movement from Proskovia Alako getting so close to that ball and putting it in reach. Hence not a wide. Same area there from Divine Gabriela Nyamer and another dot ball. Just going through her action, Divine, and making sure that she doesn't give away many, making amends for the other bowlers.
Cut very well. An effort there at a point from Laura Joan. No. Charlotte.
Yeah, some of the Bujagali Rafters will feel undone. When Stefan Nampina, before getting her injury, when she was in that place, it was a no-go area. She took a beautiful catch at that point area. And her being out because of the injury, the small niggle that she has gotten earlier on in the innings, is something that is somehow costing them runs, because she could be cutting off many of those. Stefan Nampina, a very, very fine player there at point. And her substitute, Shauta Kuziwe, not really doing the good work. Touch and go there from Ritam Samali. Bring up another single and keep getting runs. But what an over there from Divine Gabriela Nyameri. She's given away 3 runs. And after 9, 54 for 3 is the score. Ten off 10 for Proskovia Alako and 32 off 27 for Ritam Samali. 9 gone, and Sonia Nampera will come back to bowl her third. She's already given her 13 runs in her 2. Starts with the full one and it is driven. Brilliant work there. Good feint stop there from Malisa Ariokot. One of the very few players that you would see diving, just cutting off that one to a single.
I tell you what Malisa has just done. She's saved 3 runs. And that could be the difference at the end of the day. And you see with her luck on strike, she goes down to sweep from the boundary at a long off. Samali swinging hard. I would like to see her wait for the ball a little longer and step into the line of the ball before she plays that square drive, all cut short. Right on offer. Once it beats the gap, the rest of the work will be done by the outfield, but they cut it off for 2, the 2 young fielders running around and working in partnership there. High five from Malisa Ariokot.
Many Awino not happy because she believes that should have been no run because that was played straight to cover. To cover as well, there is a fielder. But 2 runs in the end taken by the Rapids. Another short pitch delivery there and cut with power by Proskovia Alako. No effort to dive there from Shalt Akuzubwe. And another boundary for the Karuma Rapids.
Double header day for the Rafters. They came to the games today on match day 4 leading the log with 6 points. Remember their storyline is they lost the first game, the Rafters, then they won the next 3, Jonathan Sebanja's Bujagali Rafters. Today morning they lost to the Kayakers who have now caught up on 6 points apiece. Sajabi will be telling you how that table looks in terms of net run rate in a bit. But now, if the Rapids do beat them, it means going to the final will only be about net run rate tomorrow midday. Full toss on offer, hit straight to Marisa. Marisa with the misfield, back-to-back boundaries here. Big over now here for the Rapids. They're moving rapidly and the scoreboard continues to tick. 2 boundaries back-to-back for Alako, who is really hitting them very, very hard.
Somehow the bowler will feel undone. Marisa Yoko doesn't misfield many. That one through her legs for another boundary. 11 runs on the over so far with the 2 balls remaining to complete this over. Sonia Nampera would feel unhappy because she's been undone by her teammates.
That's a better line from Nampera. She realizes that she's got to be all on her own. The fielding won't help her much with the balls going through the senior players. And it's the end of the 10th over. Another halfway stage. The score is 65-3 for the Karuma Rapids. And we'll take a short break.
What against Sasuke to the Gecham? Sasuke to the Gecham. Against the Nani. Kuru got to waketa. Bayam to the one I keep like it. I will make an enemy for Yams. No, so I can't go. Meaning I must go south to the A 2 minutes break as you enjoy those highlights. Some of the things that have already happened in this game. Marisa Ryokoti going for the first boundary in this innings. Esther Ilok, before being gotten off that very final ball in that first over by Marisa Ryokoti. Another dangerous catch there taken by Stefan Nampina before she walked off injured, but she managed to help Pasai to get rid of Joan Ilora. Those are the boundaries that we've been seeing flying in this innings. Another track which was pulled by Ritam Samali earlier on in the innings. Ritam Samali has been cruising so well for the Karuma Rapids, and his coach Ivani Kakande will be happy that she's managed to hold the side. Another wicket there. The wicket of Ichumar Josephine. She went out for a golden tack. Ritam Samali has kept forcing things in the innings and making sure that even when the boundaries look to be dried up, she gets some. Proskovia Alako there, who also worked on, has been so good with the cut shot, making sure that she gets boundaries. But as we get done with the break, I'm reminding you about the sponsors. Connect your world, Leica Mobile, Smart Energy, Safa Living, Scope Energy, your trusted LPG partner, Raj Gas Pro, have sponsored the Player of Match. Every time you win a Player of Match award, you move away with 50,000 Ugandan shillings, courtesy of Raj Gas Pro. Cricket Uganda, organizers of this tournament. Nyakasura Alumni League also sponsors. And we get back from the break. Defend Gabriela Nyameri, who gave away 3 in her first over, will now return with the ball to bowl the 11th.
Musamali was on 18 when Alako joined, and she has continued to motor on. She has not stopped. And see how she has been toying around with the spinners. She gets a boundary immediately after the drinks break. Divine Nyame looks on helplessly as that ball crosses the ropes, because she has fallen into the trap laid by Msamali. Msamali is posing on the leg stump, and every time she shuffles a little across there in the middle of her stumps, she is able to help it along. So someone must bowl it straight and fuller to her to negate her from playing such cheeky shots. Those shots have gotten already 4 boundaries. Look at Msamali's inning, 38 now from 29. And then touch and go right in front of the face of the fielder. Beatrice Ayiko, working there for the youngsters here. They'll learn a thing or two about playing with the seniors, what to drop and run, taking the quick singles, and the shots they do play, full of innovation.
Proskovia Alako and Ritam Samali have made sure that they score above 100. Power there from Proskovia Alako to keep motoring on. Devane Gabriela, not really using great use over the surface. Let's ball it a little straighter or ball it outside off. Her first over went for 3 runs, meaning she was bowling good lines, but she has failed to make sure that she complements it, as she has already given away 6 in this over.
Touch and go.
To move into the 40s, Ritam Samali. Good work there being done by Ritam Samali with her captain, making sure that she keeps the scoreboard ticking for the Karuma Rapids.
Divine Gamer here, continuing to work hard after going for a boundary first ball. And now Alako with the full face. Alako is using a lot of energy to get singles. I would like to see more timing from her, showing more resolve and more purpose. Little dab. Is she running? Yes, they're off running because Musamali sees the fielders sitting lay back on the 30-yard fence, and she runs through for a quick single. The runs have really come true for the Rapids despite losing 3 quick wickets. And as the scoreboard tells the story, Musamali on 40 from 31, Alako on 22 from 17. The scoreboard is motoring on nicely for them. They are 73 for 3.
Akrut Asumin given the ball to ball half-fast replacing Sonia Nampera. She doesn't have a very long run up, but she just makes sure that she uses her shoulder to hit the deck. Starts off with a dot ball. Asumin.
Akrut Asumin didn't bowl very well today in the morning, and neither did she bat very well. But she can make amends here now. Power behind the shot of Alako, and the fielding is good in the deep. Charlotte Akogozewe with the cleanup act. The weather here changing a bit. Looks like up on the hill towards the Mbuja zone. Some rains could be coming down, Ivan. All am I blind?
That's where the Lugogo rain comes from.
Don't talk about the devil. The devil is always in detail.
The rainmaker. By words, but by now we should have paid for the rainmaker because clearly that's rain coming in. It's already cloudy weather, and that means continues to bowl.
Musamali into the 40s now. I won't call them the nervous 40s there. I don't think she's looking at her personal score. She's looking at the team score. But Akrut, what Akrut does better than all the others is she bowls a straight line. Again flicked, but nowhere to go. Good fielding effort from a young divine Nyamer Gabriela. Fielding at here at a short square leg. You can say even 1/3 of the field has a lot of sun, and the rest hitting the gap by Musamali to the sweeper, where Charlotte is riding the boundary expertly.
The only issue for me in this over by Asumina Akrut is that she has overflated and bowled 2 full. She's not yet gone for a boundary because they are trying to drive and she has protection on the offside. But she needs to organize that line. It could be hit anywhere. Final ball in the over from Akrut. Very, very short, but not punished. Another dot ball. 2 off the over. And after 12, 7-5 for 3 is the score. Bowling change for the Bujagali Rafters. The ball has been tossed to Mwanga Ruth. Try and make sure that he also does some amends here for the Rafters. 75 for 3 after 12 is where the Rapids stand. Mwanga Ruth comes into ball. Starts with the full one and it is pulled, swept away. There is protection, misfield again. And another boundary for the Karuma Rapids. Beatrice Ayoko being the guilty party, not managing to stop that one as it races away to the boundary.
Unfortunate for Beatrice Ayoko, but see how Mwanga Ruth bowled a very good ball. Full and straight, but Musamali always going down. And she knows once she misses it and hits the pads, she could be in trouble, but she's trusting her instinct and her hand-eye coordination to turn those good balls into boundaries. It's not the first time she's doing it in the match. She's been getting the dividends. Again, full and straight. Does this one go side to the boundary again? Again, Beatrice Aiko chasing and playing second fiddle. Mwanga Ruth, unfortunately, 2 balls. She's bowled now. She's gone for 8. She's bowled to the experienced Musamali, who now moves to 49 from 36.
1 run shy of getting a half century. Full and Dwight. I think the issue for Beatrice Aika has been that the way she has been affecting her long barrier has not been so right. And that's why she's gone for those, she's considered those boundaries. But they have made changes in the pitch there. The physiotherapist will go on to give Beatrice Aiko some bit of medical attention. Medical break, if you could call it.
Beatrice Aiko has her shin bruised. Needs some attention. And Zavli so 2 times she's been chasing leather, squarer of the wicket and rounder.
Those are the back boundaries that we've seen in the over. They are Mwanga Ruth bowling the good areas but being undone by the fielder. And Ritam Samali capitalizing and making sure that she plays it in the same area and pick up the same rewards. This is match day number 4. The group stage action will come to bed tomorrow in the morning as the Itanda Kayakas take on the Karuma Rapids. A win for the Karuma Rapids gives them a chance. In terms of net run rate, they are in the negatives, so as the Bujagali Rafters. But if the Bujagali Rafters don't win, it means qualification will not be in their hands, because this is their final game stages. A win for the Bujagali Rafters gives them a chance as they knock out virtually the Karuma Rapids. Runs in full flow. 83 for 3 after 12.2. Beatrice Ayoko walks off. And Irene Alumo in another substitute fielder walks on. 2 fielders walking off for the Rafters. First was the captain Stefan Nampina, the Don. After completing that catch that saw off Joanne Ilora. She was replaced by Charlotte Akugizibwe. And now, Irene Alumo has gone on to replace Beatrice Aiko. This tournament is sponsored by Raj Gas Pro, dealers in safe gas that you can use in your homes. So make sure that you reach out to them at www.rajgaspro.com. Scope Energy are also dealers of gas, like a mobile. Your first choice when it comes to data and subscribe the bundles. Make sure that you reach out to their outlets and get yourself a SIM card. Nyakasura Alumni League is also part of the sponsors, and Cricket Uganda are the organizers. Mwanga Ruth will have to make amends after conceding back boundaries for Ritam Samalu, who is 1 run shy of getting a half century. She is in full flow of the runs.
The beautiful named Mwanga up against Musamali. Cut but no run. Still a half tracker. Short bowler said off. If Musamali had pounced on it nicely, she could have gotten some rewards there. Minimum a single. Because that was very short. She moves to 49 from 37. Alumo on. Ayiko out. Musamali out. Akukuziwe on. Edged. No run. The throw is good from Alumo. Business as usual for her as she walks on to work as the replacement fielder.
Yeah, that ball going to her right hand, but she managed to stop it and made the throw with the left hand. Irene Alumo. Irene Alumo is a right-handed bowler who bats left, but will not have a chance to bat because she's a substitute fielder. 2 dot balls from Mwanga Ruth are meaning up for the boundaries. This time round a bit full, and Rita Musamali pumps on it to send that to the boundary, and he bring up a well-constructed half century. 50 up for Rita Musamali.
Yes, 53 from 39 from Rita Musamali, who helps the score go on to 87. And I tell you what, Musamali has scored 40 of those runs. Look at that. She creams that one through the covers. Proper dissection of the field, and she gets the full reward. Samali came out as a business lady and she got in the rewards. Again, another swivel. This will be 4 more again. You can't stop her. And she has made merry and milked the bowling from all ends. She make that score of hers 56. I tell you what, of the 56 runs, 44 of them are boundaries. 11 boundaries for her, 11 fours.
Most explosive over in the innings. 16 off that over. Look at that boundary there that wrapped up the over. If the Bujagali Rafters are to limit the Karuma Rapids to a small total, they need to get rid of this partnership. 13 overs gone, 91 for 3 is the score for the Karuma Rapids.
Karuma Rapids, we saw them on match day number 3, Ivan. They scored the highest total all aggregate of the tournament, 127. They were only able to save it, to defend it by the thinnest of margins by 1 run, and that required the scorers to go watch the game again and score it ball by ball. So because we said this exactly, because the fielding is way below par, they need to score as many as possible. Alako is going helter-skelter, but she's not getting the boundary she wants. Using a lot of energy to score once. Yes, she could have just placement and go, touch and go, drill down the ground and go, and give the strike to the person getting the boundaries. Alako 24 from 21 now. Musamali 57 from 40. She is the one with the strike.
I think Proskovia Alaka has understood the assignment. Rita is in fine form. Make sure that you bring her on strike. She will do most of the power hitting. This time around, that is straight to the PS Mama in Irene Alumo, who cuts that one off to no run. Good work there being done by her, covering ground and making sure she doesn't let that go through.
6-4, 6-5, but she comes all the way down to cut that off. I don't know if she still calls herself Pace Mama, because she's lost so many yards of pace. This is traveling quickly. No ways. Divine Nyamer not feeling that one with conviction. The Musamali who is turned this into the Musamali show because she's scoring boundary after boundary.
Most of her boundaries have been backward of the square, and something that the Bujagali Rafters have failed to address. Look at that one there, just a whip. This time around in the gap past the fielder at mid-wicket and past the fielder at deep square leg for a boundary. Power this time around in front of the square, but it will find Marisa Arioko to cut it off to no run. If that is the area that she's planning to bowl, maybe she will stand a chance of negotiating that wicket of Ritam Samali, because Ritam Samali is also powerful backward of the square. Slower and played up in there. There is a fielder in Charlotte. They are pushing very quickly for 2, but no. Ritam Samali will turn down the run and says, 1 is okay. Let's keep motoring on. Let's not give out an easy wicket to a run out. Change in the field for Proskovia Alako. Place that one on the back foot. And tries to take off very quickly. But that dot ball there will mark at the end to over number 14, leaving the score to 97 Pelosi of 3. Mwanga Ruth, they are back with the ball. 16 in her first, and she's given the ball again. Starts with the full one, and it is swept fine by Ritam Samali. There is protection this time round in Sarah Akiteng, who cuts it off to just 1. Charlotte switching with Irene Alumbo. For Proskovia Alako, deep mid-wicket, extra cover, fine leg, and cow corner all at the boundary. Mwangaruth should be bowling that good line. Changes in the field. Fine leg comes up and longer off goes down. Tries pull that one, however, doesn't make good contact. Nearly misjudged. She takes her sweet time to retrieve the ball. Nyamer Divine. Ritam Samani and Proskovia Alako capitalize on that chance, and they take another run.
Ruth Mwanga here in the attack from the Ginger Road end. Alako goes downtown. That is moving like a tracer bullet. You won't stop that. For the first time here, she's getting real meat behind the ball. And that's a fine shot down the line. Will be for anywhere in the world. And the 100 is up for the Rapids, who are putting the Rafters under immense pressure. Immense pressure. This tournament is going to have a very nice wire-to-wire finish. Call it a photo finish. Again, Mwanga Ruth straying away, but Alako throwing the bat at that one and staying down on all her fours at the crease, but she gets the full reward, 4 to the total. Mwanga Ruth, what a day she's having with the ball. Already 7 runs in the over. You add this boundary, you make that 11 after bowling 4 deliveries. Went for 14 in her first. Alako downtown, hit with power. The stop is nice. Beautiful stop from the youngster there. Nampera, Sonia.
Proskovia Alako now also starting to accelerate the gears. The Karuma Rapids, despite having just 1 victory, they have the tournament highest score. They know that they don't field well, so they have understood the assignment, get many runs so that you can enjoy bowling to them. Ritam Samali comes on strike. Extra cover is put in place. Fine leg. I beg your pardon, longer off comes up. Ruth Mwanga becoming very expensive. 1.5 overs ball. She's gone for 28 runs. She's been bowling some good areas, but she tends to be losing it now. Full to the blade of Retam Samali, who plays it straight. That should rest to the boundary. Very, very straight as an arrow. And another boundary there. 16 in her second. Many runs there given Aebe her. That's the right there, right in your frame. Very, very full onto the blade of Retam Samali, who plays it down the ground for a boundary.
It was a very beautiful boundary from Samali, just giving the full face of the bat and letting the outfield do the rest, because also the fielder was wider and this was straighter. End of the over. The biggest score of the tournament is on card. 113 for 3 now after 15 overs. Of course, Alako won the toss and she wants to be there at the very end there. Musamali already on 67, Alako on 35. Little Tico, Musamali is interested. She sets off running quickly. These two came together when the score was 23. And now the score is reading 114. Accurate assuming now. Musamali pumping that one down onto the onside for 1. Mwanga Ruth, the fielder. 114 now for 3. Whenever Alako comes on strike, they throw another fielder down in the deep. Now there is a long on where Malisa is. Long off where Malisa is, long on where Mwanga Ruth is, and a cow corner where is a Sarah Kiteng was there in the cow corner region, but a fumble in the fielding here. Akrotasmin trying to run out. Musamali, yes, the decision was right, but not getting the bullseye. Awareness being shown here by the Rapids, who need as many runs because sometimes their defense is poor. They scored the highest score of the tournament thus far, 127 against the Kayakers on match day number 3 in the afternoon, but were only able to defend it by the thinness of their margins by 1 run. The boundaries continue to flow here, courtesy of the 2 batters out there in the middle. Musamali is on fire, and she has a lot of time to do whatever she desires. Akruta Sumin set up this tournament with 4 wickets, but see how Musamali dissects the 2 fielders on this occasion. Mwanga Ruth and Akiteng cannot do anything. The 120 does come up. 120 for 3. Ivan Kakande will be a very happy man with this score. Again, Nyamer, can she stop it? No, she's already given up in the chase. I tell you what, The body language, the fielding is typical day 4 fielding for the girls here at the Waterfalls Women Elite League. Musamali has played like a godsend. She came through with the scores needing someone to give it an impetus. And what she's done, she's played beautifully for all her runs. 72 from 49, facing almost more than half the deliveries. Make that 76 from 50. First 50 deliveries. And when she came in, the score was 2 for 10 after 3 overs. And now she's right there at 124 for 3. So the bulk of the runs has come with Musamali, who was joined later on by Alako after Josephine Chuma fell at 23 at the end of the 4th over. From 3 for 23 now, it is 124 for 3. So I tell you what, the partnership is worth 101 runs.
16 overs gone, 124 for 3. 76 of 50 is the highest individual score in the tournament. They are being brought up by Ritam Samali. Some call her Tari, but many call her Sigino. After that famous song by King Saha, Go and Aga Sigino. King Saha is one of the musicians here in Uganda. Sang it at Rita, still at Ginger SS. Bowling change there, Kevin Amuge coming to replace Ruth Mwanga. Chances put down there. Nasu Natahia not getting hold of that opportunity. It goes begging. And another run is added onto the total. The Rapids came into this game with the tournament highest individual total and team total. And I think they are now at the brink of getting to that mark again. If you've just joined us, this match is between the Karuma Rapids and the Bujagali Rafters. The Rapids won the toss and opted to bat first, a winning formula that worked out for them as they beat the Uganda Caracas by 1 run the day before the rest day yesterday. That is full and in the slot for Ritam Samali. Just 1 bounce for 4. Rita in very, very fine form. She's gotten her hitting range and she is taking on everything.
Into the 80s now, Rita. If she stays there and plays out the allotted 20 overs, the feeling is that she'll get the century. There she is, not worried, not scared. She's taken the price tag off her wicket and she's batting like she wants to get all the runs they are on that wicket today. The highest score of the tournament is up now. Previously 127, set by the same team batting, the Karuma Rapids. They've remained in true Rapid nature. Full toss, again hit to the boundary. Amuge here cannot do much to save herself. She's bowling all over the place and she's paying the price. Back-to-back boundaries for Musamali, who moves to 84 from 52. What a day it's been for her. Had a chat with her on Thursday evening and she was telling me they have waited for so long for the first win of the tournament and they were demanding that they also need the tournament director to reverse the play of the match from Nakisui to them because it's them that won by 1 run. Nakisui, of course, Musamali was one of the contenders for that play of the match award because she picked up 2 wickets in the final over, remember Ivan, and she scored 30 from 30. So clearly she was saying, please give me my money. But today she has a chance to win the money on merit with the way she has batted. 84 now from 53. Highest score of the tournament, 133 for 3. And there's still 2 balls left in the 17th. Who wants that chance to be caught? No, it's not taken.
I tell you, Innocent, in the T20 game, the player of match can come from a losing team. So Ritam Samali may not have a good cause to pull the money off the pockets. She should be happy that her urgent friend, Immaculate Nakisui, won that money. 85 of 54, Ritam Samali should be now seeing the cricket ball as the soccer ball. The way she is swinging at it. It's good support there from Proskovia Alako, is on 38 of 29. Itandakakas are tournament favorites, but for now the Rapids are playing like a team that wants to win. Full toss, and they play down the ground for a single. Nowhere to hide for the bowlers, as now these two have gotten their hitting range. End of the over, 11 runs off that over. And after 17, 135 for 3 is the score. This is match day number 4 of the Waterfalls Women's Elite League tournament here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. Big shout out to the sponsors who put their money to make sure that many of the things that you're seeing happen, like a mobile, Raj Gas Pro, Nyakasura Alumni League, Scope Energy, and everything being organized by Cricket Uganda. When I look at the calendar program for Cricket Uganda, one of the things I like, Innocent, is that when you look at the programs, for example, for the under-19 girls, they will be having regional tournaments, which will lead to the selection of the under-19 team. The under-19 team has camps. Also, based on the program, they have a tour in Tanzania before going for that qualifier, which will happen in October. So clearly, the under-19 girls on the third attempt may not have so many excuses as to why they don't make it to the under-19 World Cup. For the very first time, Rwanda and Nigeria have been there. Why not Uganda?
Surely and surely, why not Uganda? Uganda needs a bite at the cherry at the big stage. Uganda, a very proud nation. They all want to be at the World Cup. It's all that matters. Some pace now from Malisa Riokot, who will be looking to extract some bounce from that wicket that has played in the favor of the batters.
17 runs in her first 2 overs, Malisa Ariokot, but making games straight away. Starting that one with a dot ball. She comes from a place called Amen. So if it is the real Amen that we say when we are praying, but that place is found in Soroti. In Soroti, there is a guest house called Amen Guest House. Amen Hotel, something or like that, where they don't sell beer.
I also know there's a place called Amen Primary School where Malisa Riokot went to for her primary education.
At Kata, she's bowling the good areas from Amen Primary School to Olida High School. 3 dot balls on trot. Just making sure that she doesn't give anything to the batters. Proskovia Alako still looking for contact but not getting anywhere close.
Hit down to the sweeper there. Alako gets off the strike. Yes, she wasted 4 deliveries, 3 to be exact, and got 1 run off the 4th. She moves into her 40s, 40 from 34 now. Not a bad hustle for her today. She already has a 40 in the tournament.
I tell you, Innocent, you give some credit to Malisa Riokot because of the areas she has been bowling. She came in at a time where all the players were being put into the pump, including Uganda's opening bowler, Kevin Amuge, and she's made amends, bowling good areas and picking another dot ball, a vital one, against Ritam Samali. 4 dot balls in the over with just a single given away. Fine over coming at the death of the innings.
Very important that she closes it out nicely because Musamali looks like she has taken the covers, the price tag off her wicket. And she's 15 runs shy of a famous century here. Wise it is. Hard luck to Malisa, who's done very well. Should have left that one to be another dot ball and make it 5 in the over. But still the over is good because she's given her just 2 runs.
But a good plan there for Malisa Riokot, just bowling outside off stump, because she knows for Ritam Samali, she is so good on the balls that come to the body. Final ball of the over.
How that one missed the leg stump. Even Malisa Riokot doesn't know she has her head saying, oh my, how did that one miss? But things like that happen. End of the over, 18 gone. The Karuma Rapids are moving at a run rate of 7.6. Musamali on 85 from 56. Alako, the skipper, on 40 from 34. And the Rapids from Karuma are on 137 for 3 after 18.
Penultimate over of the game, and Gabriela Devey Nyameri, who gave away 11 runs in Hatu, is given the ball. That is cut with power. No effort whatsoever there from Kevin Amuge. But the outfield has not been too electric today. They push very quickly and come back for two. Proskovia Alako already in the 40s already, as now she gets to 42 of 35. The Karuma Rapids enjoying the batting this afternoon, making great use of the surface and making sure that they push the Bujagali Rafters into the pumps. Things not coming the way of the Bujagali Rafters on their double-header day. Room and power. Good work there from Kevin Amuge to cut that one off to just a single. If that had gone past Amuge, by now they would be collecting it from the fences. But she's done well to make sure that they don't concede a boundary. But that single brings up on 40 runs. This is already way far the tournament high score. Flated and played up and over there by Ritam Samali. A bit of hands onto that one. Just waiting for the signal from the umpire. The umpire raises up his hands saying that it is a maximum. Ritam Samali now goes into the 90s. Good batting display there, which has been done by a player who walked on to bat at number 3. Look at that one there. It was flated and in the slot and hit well. Very straight by Ritam Samali to bring up the maximum. Marisa Riokoti would feel unhappy that she didn't get hold on to that chance, but she's a fighter. And the fighter in her is already up on her feet. 91 of 57 innocent. 9 runs shy of getting a century in this tournament. If Ritam Samali does get this century, it will be a famous one. She came in when her team was in trouble. Another wicket fell around her, but she's made sure that she stays in there and sees it all, as now she strides on to 92 of 58. Tries to create room to cut, but doesn't make contact. Proskovia Alako, who is on 43 of 36. Devenya Mary. Gabriela still making things here work for the Rafters. This time round, she's hit it, but not quite well. Marisa Ariokot with a fine stop, cutting that one off to 2 runs. Good back up there from Irene Alomo to make sure that they don't go for the third.
There it is. Runs have come through thick and fast for the Rapids. Now they're ever so close to that team total milestone, the 150, because the score is now 149 for 3 after 19. 92 for Musamali, 45 for Alako, both chasing personal milestones now. Alako 5 runs short of a half century. Musamali 8 short of a century, the first one in the history of the Elite League. It will be a very good fairy tale if it all happens. They get 13 runs in the over and 5 are for Alako and 8 are for Musamali. It's all good. There will be no love lost because each one will have achieved their own feat, and that total will move to 162.
Surprising that this point of the game, only 3 extras have been given away by the Bujagali Rafters. Tells that most of these runs have been coming off the bat. 149 for 3 after 19 overs. And Marisa Ariokot is given the ball to bowl the final 6 balls of the innings. She's bowled 3, gone for 19 and picked up 2 wickets. And now she'll be bowling to Ritam Samali, who is on 92.
Watch out, this one. Bull's eye, it will be boom. 4 runs. The fielder is in the arc. Musamali moves to 96. 4 runs shy of a famous century here. What an inning it has been for Musamali, vice captain of the Victoria Pearls. She's not the captain of the Rafters, of the Rapids, but she's played like a true leader.
A good batting display, but somehow you would feel that the field setup has not been so good. Retam Samali is also strong backward of the square, so you need to force two fielders there. Erin Alumo is now set down to find leg as extra cover now comes up. But again, it means Malisa Liokot should bowl very well, because anything she bowls the full, she will give Retam Samali an opportunity to swing through the line and score a boundary on the offside.
Yes, Malisa. Over the top, 4 runs. That is the century for Rita Musamali, and she celebrates a famous century. Give her a round of applause. Give all the flowers in the world, the wreaths, to Rita Musamali, because see what she's done now. 26-year-old vice captain of the Victoria Pearls, scoring the biggest score in the history of the Elite League. And these are the storylines we always look forward to, Ivan.
Fine performance there from Ritam Samali. She's worked on and she's seen it all. She came in at number 3 and she's made sure that she carries her bat all through the innings. Fine knock there, making sure that she gets to that milestone. Creating history in this Waterfalls Women's T20 tournament. 100 of 60, 19 boundary fours, and 1 maximum. As now she brings Proskovia Alako to carry her across to Gologoth. Now it will be for Proskovia Alako to chase another individual milestone. She is on 45, a maximum for her here. Could see her get to that half-century milestone as well.
What Rita has done very well is that she has left her a lot of time to get her 5 runs, because Rita has gotten her 9 runs in 3 balls and given her the strike and said, please come through. The onus is on you. It's all about you. Carry your own cross. I have carried mine. You can't fault me for what I have done. Big partnership this has been. Alako goes downtown. Who wants that? Yes or no? It's dropped. They'll come back for the second. Musamali is interested. And the backup of the bowling of Malisa, not very good, as Alako gets a 40th couple of runs to move to 47.
Wangaroos should have done a little more to get hold on to that chance. But Proskovia Alako will live to chase the half century again. Final ball of the innings.
Wide it is, so there will still be 2 balls left in the innings. The score is 161. Big score. They need to score consistently at 8 per over, irrespective of the poor fielding of the Rapids we've seen in the past. This should be a hard one to chase. But well, it's never over until the fat old lady sings. Alako, 3 runs shy. She goes for power. The idea is they're running to the call is no ball, and they're coming back for the second. Musamari's said, I'll come back. Yes, does she make it home safe and dry? Yes, she does. It's a no ball and it's a free hit. A no ball for overstepping. Alako on 49. Everything has gone the Rapids' way. Everything they've touched has glittered and turned into gold. 49 now for Alako.
Another chance for her to bring up the half century with that free hit on cards. 166. I beg your pardon, 167. So 164 for 3. Free hit coming in for Proskovia Alako. A chance for him to get runs. Good bowling there from Malisario Court. We didn't see this coming, but dot ball. Final ball will be coming up. Another chance of redemption for Proskovia.
The dugout is on their feet. They're cheering her on, telling her just 1 run, just touch and go. Look at right in front of her. But look at this. It's going to be an effort ball from Marisa Ariokot. She goes downtown and should not be caught. And yes, here Musamali will get run out. She will not finish unbeaten. She will finish beaten 101 from 61. But the job has been done. 50 for Alako. She will celebrate a milestone. What a day it's been for the 2 batters. These 2 batters were together a couple of years ago at the Kwibuka when they piled on the biggest world record score of 357 against Mali. Both of them getting centuries, and they reunite here today at the franchise league, the Waterfalls Women's Elite League, and see what they do. They put on a partnership that is made in heaven, a partnership of 141 runs is what they do. 141 after having come together at 3 for 23. It all ends on 164 for 4.
Ivan Kakande and his troops will have something to smile about. Just 5 extras in the game. 165 for 4. Look at that batting card. Esther Ilok and Ilora Joan fell early in the innings. 7 off 2 respectively. Josephine Ichmar didn't trouble the scorers, going out for a golden duck. But Ritam Samali, 101 off 61 before being run out. And Proskovia Alako, 50 not out. Good batting performance there from the Karuma Rapids. That is the match summary for you. But when you look at the bowling card, Marisa Yokot has bowled 4 overs, picked up 2 wickets. She's going for many 35 runs. 3 overs for Kevin Amuge, where she's picked up just a single wicket. And she's gone for 17 runs. Selecting wicketless in her 2 overs that have gone for 14 runs. 5 extras given away by the Bujagali Rafters. We've come to the end of the first innings and we will take a short break. We return with the second innings of this match. Back for the run chase. 167 runs for the Bujagali Rafters pick up victory and seal a spot in the final. If the Karuma Rapids can get a big win here, they will be hoping that they win again tomorrow against the Tanda Kayakers. And for the Bujagali Rafters qualification to be out of their hands. What a game we've had. What a first things we've had. A half century for Rita, a half century for Ploskovia Alako, and a century for Rita Masamali to light up the innings. And now back we come. The Karuma Rapids have not been a very good fielding side, but you would feel that somehow the runs they have on board are something they can defend. 128 to get from as many as 120 balls. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi in the comms. I'm here with Innocent in Daula. Innocent, should we give the Bujagali Rafters a chance? Because this is just a game. It can swing anyway.
I would like to say yes, let's give them a chance. But again, I am being cautious. The cloud cover is becoming thicker. We need to play 5 overs to get a result here. If rain plays full sport, and then I tell you what, the campaign and all the runs that the Rapid squad will be all in vain. Big century, the highest score of the tournament, and the 50, the personal match, the 50, the century will all go down the drain. But it's been beautiful. It's been fairy tale so far for the Rapids. Musamali now, century. She moves top of the run scorers with 193 runs. Stefan the Don Nampina, 141. Alako, because of the 50, she moves to 128. Nakisuyo on 111. And Jimmy Abdallah Mohammed on 88. For the wickets, Michelle Ariago, because she picked up 4 this morning, she's the leading wicket taker with 10. Akrota Smin with 8. Sarah Kiteng with 6. Malsario Kot with 6. And Lona Anyait with 6. The player rankings have been also be thrown in this array. The battle for who the MVP is. It's Musamali on top of the world with 406 points. 303 points for Ariago Michelle. Kotasmin 274. Nampina 239. And Ariokot 226. The story of the tournament thus far. 1 century and 1,550 runs scored. First ball is already done and dusted. Konsaweko says, I'll do things my way. They get a run off the first ball, and it's going to be a tall order. They need 5 overs in quickly. The coaches should have communicated that to them.
Too much interest in that one, but the umpire not moved. In the morning, the Bujagali Rafters were bowled out for 72 runs in 18.3 overs. Asumin Akrut and Kevin Awino opening the batting for the Rafters. Full and driven misfield there by Saratino, but good. I mean, they are done by Ritam Samali to cut that one off for a boundary. I think the idea of bringing spin is trying to make sure that they bowl the first 5 overs very, very quickly to make sure that they can get a result here this afternoon at Lugogo Cricket Oval. Short, just didn't carry to the field. Butterfingers there from Tino Sara. And the first boundary in the run chase. Putting out fire with fire. The Bujagali Rafters know that they have a very heavy mountain to climb. So they are making sure that they start off quite well. And the poor fielding of the Rafters doing them a favor now. But look at that one there, just pumping on that bounce and just making sure that she gets that boundary. No run there. Aswin Akrot sending her partner back. End of over number 1, 6 for no loss is the score for the Bujagali Rafters in this run chase. I love the idea here from the Karuma Rapids. They know that they needed to bowl 5 overs in quick time. 2 spinners will open the things here for them. Costlet Oyekoni Mungu has already bowled in the first over, which has gone for 6. And now, Josephine Ichumar is given the ball to bowl the second over from the Ginger Road end. Overcast conditions here at Logogo Cricket Oval. We might see the clouds opening up anytime.
Their coach clearly knows that they have to bowl spin quickly to get 4 overs in quick time before the heavens open. Cut very hard. Hope someone's calculating the DL pass score for them.
You clearly hear there the captain, the wicketkeeper batter, Esther Ilok, saying, hurry up, because she knows they quickly need to get this result. Full and driven down the ground. No need to be on pressure. Malimika Patricia going for a direct hit. Nearly put her teammates in trouble. But in the end, the run is taken. Changes in the field. Oh, no. They will still keep that extra cover and deep mid-wicket as the only fielders. But now you would feel that the Rapids are starting to waste their own time. Another dot ball there. Oh, sorry, a wide delivery there from Josephine Ichumar. No pace whatsoever, just flighting it up in the air and making sure that she gets that dotty ball for the Bujagali. Plays it to cover, run out chance, but they'll not take the run out. I think the only thing that will hurt the Karuma Rapids is conceding a boundary, but they'll not be hurt anyway by those singles. Shimmy down the track and bowled. Making movement there, trying to access the ball. Akurut Asmin didn't close the line. Balls high. Ichmaru Josephine hits. And the Rapids have something to celebrate for. 11 for 1 as Asmin Akurut departs. Out Asmin goes, and in Ariokot comes. The fielders for the Rapids, they are just making sure that they are already in their places to make sure that the next batter is in quick and ready, because they know they'll need the 5 overs to pick up a result, so they are making sure that they bowl very, very quickly. 155 runs from 109 balls. Last ball to complete the over. There for the Karuma Rapids. Josephine Ichumar with the final ball. Swings hard at it. Should get the boundary, and yes, boundary. And that boundary marks the end of the over. The heavens are starting to open up here as we go to the end of the second over. 15 for 1 is the score after 2 overs. Covers are being spread. And the consulate Oyekonimungu is back to ball for the Rapids. Down the ground, but straight to the fielder. Run out chance. A run out is completed. And Kevin Awino departs. the things are still working out for the Karuma Rapids. Despite rain coming to try and make sure that it plays a spoiler in this party, they are making sure that they get these wickets. The issue with those wickets is that they waste some bit of time because the new batter will take their time before they come in. And with the rain coming, the Bujagali Rafters know that if the rain spoils this party, they remain at advantage because their number of points will be increased and they will virtually have knocked out the Karuma Rapids if this match doesn't get a result. Ruth Mwanga is the new batter in, replacing Awino Kevin. Konsi to Malisa. Full and driven down the ground. Straight to Patricia Malemiki, who throws it back to Konsi Aweko, try and make sure that she keeps darting in very, very quickly. Pulled with power. Should go all the way. Not too much effort there from Malemiki Patricia. Second boundary in the over. A big over in second boundary in the innings. Second boundary for Malisa Aliokot, who is trying to make sure that she makes things work out for the Bujagali Rafters. Slight drizzle as the action continues here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. Short ball and hit with power. Malisa Aliokot still making sure that she forces things here for the Bujagali Rafters.
Konsi Aweko here being taken to the cleaners by Malisa Ariokot. Yes, that's a better line from Konsi. And she gets a dot ball. She must look to work in favor of the bowling side. They only need dot balls to be able to stay afloat and above the required rate when it comes to Duckworth, Lewis, and Stan method. Big swing across the line from Malisa. Faintest of edges on that one. As over number 3 comes to an end. 2 overs they need to play out here. 12 balls to get a result.
Three overs gone. 23 for a loss of 2 wickets here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. If you just joined us, it's the Karuma Rapids that won the toss and opted to bat first. Scored 166. Josephine Ichmarubako with the ball. Left touch there from Ruthi Mwanga. They're just making sure that they ball very, very quickly. This tournament is sponsored by Raj Gas Pro, Scope Energy, Leikoma by Nyakasura Alumni League, and Cricket Uganda. A station there for Mwanga Ruth, but another dot ball. Josephine Ichmar has understood the assignment. She knows you just need to ball quickly to make sure that she keeps her team in things. Another one pulled out with power. Fine stop there from Kurume, but not aware that there was a chance at the bowler's end.
I like how Ichuma is going through her bowling here quickly, very, very quickly. In the air, who wants that? Oh no, it will go there to the boundary because it's a half-hearted effort from the skipper, Alako Proskovia. She chased, tried to chip in and dive, and she gave up. And once she gave up, everything else was going to go to the boundary. The power score is interesting here. You will imagine what it would be if they hadn't lost 2 wickets. They've gotten runs quickly now, 31. Fine stop. Very good stop to say the least. And there is still a ball left. In the air, who wants that? Alako, do you want to catch? No, she says, I'll pick it up on the first time of its bounce. All right. That is the end of the over. One more over, 6 balls standing between the Karuma Rapids and another chance to fight to be in the final, because tomorrow morning they play the Kayakers and they know victory could take them to the final because they've scored a lot of runs and those runs will give them a very good net run rate. This is like a virtual quarter-final for them, and tomorrow morning they'll be playing in a virtual semi-final. Weko, what can you do with Mwanga Ruth on strike? Cut very hard. Look at the fielding show being put on by Alako. I beg your pardon, that is very unacceptable. Mwanga Ruth there, breaking her shackles, getting her first boundary of the innings. Flicked on the onside there. Mwanga Ruth will come through quickly for a single. Malmeki are doing a very good cleanup job. She's yet to bowl. And now the strike with is with a big hitting her, Malisa Ariokot. Pasco is just 37. In the air, who wants that? Somebody's running underneath it. Oh no, it's put down. They want a second, and they'll get 2. Oh yes. Joan Ilora, the guilty party, with that drop chance. Ariokot again on strike, trying to take off a single to nowhere. I don't know if they're keeping an eye on the scoreboard because they're not very far away from what is required here. The Bujagali Rafters may not need to score 165 to win. They may just need to score just above the pass score. Hit very well, hit very nicely through the covers. This is interesting. 39 now. 39 is the score with the pass score on 40. If the pass score is on 40, it is 40 plus 1 for victory. If it is 40, that is a stalemate. That was crimped very well through the covers. And then touch and go, nowhere to go. Konsaweko ends the over. Yes, and whatever happens now, going forward, we will have a result in this match. Even if the rains do come down, cats and dogs, hector skelter, and pound everything away from Lugogo, we will have a result.
End of
39 is the score for Ivan, and the pass score is 42.
Yeah, we've come to the end of the 50th over, and now we are getting the final over to complete the power play. Josephine Ichmar Bako with the ball. Full toss and play down the ground. Proskovia Alako putting the cap off. Maybe somebody was obstructing her fielding. She makes a faint stop and cast that one to just 1 run. What will happen, Innocent, is now the Karuma Rapids need to organize their bowling. As Marisa Ariokot looks to be in a hurry, that is tossed up and she pulls it away. Slog sweep for a boundary.
What is going to happen here is that the Karuma Rapids will rule a missed chance because they have scored many runs, but now the Bujagali Rafters are on top of them. Comes to the pass score. Pass score is 44, and the score is 44. Actually, the score is 45. So the Rafters, at this stage, if the red comes down, they will have won by 1 run. The winds become stronger. And looks like everything is left to fate. Put down by Egaru Kulume. That was the wicket that would have won them the game. But put down. It's all happening here. Drama all over the place.
I love the idea from Jonathan Sebanja's troops They know they need to get some runs so that whatever happens, they stand a chance. In case of DRS Pasco, Easter Elo could not happen with that underarm throw. She feels that Tino Sarah could have done better. But now the breeze even becoming stronger. Maybe this breeze is taking away the rain. So we may have this ball go until the final over. Josephine Ichibaru still doing things there for the Karuma Rapids.
Josephine Ichum has done very well here. 3 quick overs from her. But they have not held on to the catches. Hit very hard, but straight to Ichuma, who does very well to give the initiative back to the Rapids. The game is changing fortunes very quickly here from one end to the other. And guess who will be brought into the attack? It's more spin. Saratino will be coming through shortly from the shell end. Saratino coming to the attack. She gives out a run on the first ball. And that one just beats the keeper, Esther Iloku. It's a dot ball affair. This game not far away from reach for anyone. The pass score is 49 and the score is 47. In the air, who wants that? Malmekia Patricia right underneath it from a long on. Cut it off. They need to keep things here very tight. They scored 165. But if they're not very much aware, they would find themselves in all sorts of trouble. Very well played. Very well ball. This is the dot balls that count for the Karuma Rapids if they are to stay alive in the tournament and come tomorrow on the final day with a chance to fight for a spot in the final. Again, another good one. Spin like this. How she ends the over is very, very important here. The pass score is 52. Malisa Riokot hits it very hard. Does it find the gap to the boundary? And yes, she compensates for the dot balls in the over because now the score is 52 for 2 after 7 overs. Pass score is also 52. So literally the scores are level. If the rain comes down now, they'll need is to check the tournament rule book. If the super over is not possible, maybe they will toss a coin. They need a victor here. In the bowling, Rashida Tikabula from Ginger, from the Shell end, from the Ginger Road end, I beg your pardon. Those who will be wide, says the umpire, Shama Mukaya. Scores level with the pass score. Beaten for all money. Some little movement with the little breeze cutting across here, the oval. It's a beautiful game, beautiful cold afternoon here in Lugogo. Big swing over the covers. Does this go away to the boundary? Yes, Patricia Malmekia will chase, but Patricia will give up. 4 runs to the total. It's the runs they need. Melissa Ariokot has found her hitting range here early on. Looks like the breeze has blown away the cloud cover and the rain. Again, hitting it to the sweeper where Patricia is. Do they get a second? No, they won't take on her arm. Yes, better lines from Tikabula, but there's no protection. Yet we're well beyond the power play. The senior players on the team, Musamali, Konsa, Weko, Alako, should help their team find a method to the madness of their field setting. Because once it beats the covers, there have always been runs on offer. And you can see how Mwanga Ruth continues to milk the bowling.
With the many changes in the weather, this game can swing anywhere, Innocent. The Bujagali Rafters have understood the assignment. They are hoping that by the time the rain pours, they stand in a very good place. And this may not be a passing drizzle. That one is to the pads, and a loud appeal there from the umpire. Rashida Tikabula being given a chance to bowl, but not making anything fruitful for the Karuma Rapids. Well, this tournament is sponsored by Leica Mobile, Scope Energy, Rajgas Pro, Nyakasura Alumni League, and it is organized by Cricket Uganda. 33 of 21 for Malisario Court, whereas Mwanga Ruth is on 14 of 15. The nearest pass score is 60, and the current score is 60 for 2 after 8.
The pass score, even with the score for the Rafters, so it means if anything happens, they are at the same level. Saratino went for 6 runs in the first over. She is back. Umpire standing out in the middle there. Gloria Obukol, former Victoria Pearls International, and Shama Mukaya played for the Baby Cricket Cranes. Fine stop by Musamali Rita at point. Flight on offer, no run scored. Three dot balls in quick time. Saratino's winning, wrestling the initiative back into the hands of the Rapids. The pass score now is 62. Those are 4 dot balls from the overboard by Saratino, who went for 6 in her first.
A good over being bowled by Saratino as they're trying to pull back the game.
Make that 5 dot balls, Ivan.
Another dot ball in the over there by Tino Sara. 1 ball for her to complete a maiden over. Maiden over there for Saratino, just making sure that she keeps the Karuma Rapids in the game. That maiden marks the end to the over. No runs in the over. 60-2 is the score after 9 overs. Another bowling change for the Karuma Rapids. Fiona Egaru Kulume will come to and replace Rashidat Kabula, who gave away 8 in her first.
Is 66, but it's not very far away. Hit down the ground. The fielding effort is good from Alako this time round. She removes the sun hat. Yes, get it off and get everything off that will blur your vision. Extra fielders on the park for the Rapids too. Are they ostriches?
They are not ostriches. I'm forgetting the name of that bird, but it's not a vulture. They are scavengers, I think. But a dot ball there from Fiona Egaro Kulume. Most scavengers on pitch here to do some bit of fielding. They love the cold weather. Bit of advantage there from Ruth Mwanga to get that run.
Evan Sajabi, we were talking about the maidens in the tournament. I tell you that was maiden number 5 for the tournament. Full face, drill down the ground, Malmekia on it. The long barrier comes through and she does a fine job. And the rain has disappeared all of a sudden, Ivan. The breeze has stopped. This is Uganda for you.
Yeah, in Uganda we see so many weathers in a very short time. And then over there from Fiona Egaro Kulume comes to bring us to the halfway mark. Not sure if the umpires will call for the break, because the break is a cooling break and there is no sun. But whatever they decide depends on them, because this break as well allows the coach to bring some new tactics. A bit unhappy at the players for the Karuma Rapids, but the umpire calls for the break at the 10 overs mark. (63-2) is the score after 10 overs, and this is match day number 4 of the Waterfalls Women's T20 LA tournament here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. Tournament sponsored by Raj Gas Pro, Scope Energy, Laika Mobile, Nyakasura Alumni League, and organized by Cricket Uganda.
The DL pass score is 73, so it tells you that the Rapids are 10 runs ahead thanks to the tight overs that have been bowled by Egaru Kulume and Saratino, the maiden, and this one. Garu's over going for only 3 runs. Saratino's over going for just, first over went for 6, the second was a maiden. And if you look at the over by over score, it tells you the full story in its entirety. That scores are quite similar. At the 10-way mark in the first innings, 65-3 was the score for the Rapids. and now the Rafters have 63 for 2.
Innocent, that comparison says that the Rafters will need to bat a lot more to make sure that they chase down that total, because it took a lot of batting from Ritam Samali and Proskovia Alako to make sure that they get the Karuma Rapids to a very solid, respectable total. And if they can bowl well and bowl out the Bujagali Rafters, because this game might come down to net run rate, so you need to make sure that you're in a very good position.
They need to find a half centurion and a centurion within their ranks. Also, 5 batters to consistently give them 40 runs. Still alive. And with Malisario Court, they have one they can really bank on.
Nosara has the ball to come back and bowl again for the Karuma Rapids. The Idris has been consistent. Tries a touch and go, but sent back by her batting partner. Another dot ball there for Tinosara. Tinosara at the back of a maiden. Her previous over that she bowled was a maiden. Another use of the wrist, but there is protection there in Rashidat Kabulat. Short fine, cutting off that run. Third dot ball in the over. Tinosara is currently dealing in dot balls. Use of the wrist to get off the strike there. Malisario Court gets the run. Another dot ball in the over. 4 dot balls in the over and just 1 single run given away. Last ball to complete the over. Dot ball to mark at the end of the over. And after 11, 64 for 2 is the score. Fiona Egarukulume back with the ball, starts with the full one and it is played down the ground to long on for another single. Somehow the game has swung the way of the Rapids. It might be just a matter of time because the Rafters have now gotten the foot off the pedal. Use of the wrist there. Hesitation for the batters. The throw not going the right end. But clearly that was a call for Malisario Court. The ball was played behind the batter at the striker's end. So it was Malisario Court to call for the run. Wanga Ruth assuming and telling her to go back. But in the end, they'll survive to lose the wicket to a run out. For another dotty ball there. Somehow Tinosara and Fiona Egarukulume have stopped the leakage of runs here for the Karuma Rapids. Tinosara has bowled 3 overs that have gone for just 7 runs. Whereas for Fiona Kulume, she has bowled 1.3 overs that have gone for just 4 runs. Another fine stop at covers to just make sure that no run is taken by the Bujagali Rafters. Down the leg for a wide. Fena Kulume dropping her head on that one. The straight balls that she's bowled have been very, very fine balls. Full and hit, chance to catch. Who wants that one? Ritam Samali takes the catch. Malisa Ariokot has fallen into that full pitch delivery and she will have to perish. Third wicket there for the Karuma Rapids. And they'll have to celebrate because they've gotten rid of Marisa Ariokot, who was firing for the Bujagali Rafters. Marisa Ariokot goes, and in comes Divine Gabriela Nyamer. Divine Gabriela Nyamer is now the new batter in for the Bujagali Rafters.
The Karuma Rapids have fought very much to stay alive in the game. Yes. 99 runs is what the Rafters need from just 8 overs. That is 48 balls. They have 7 wickets in hand after losing the big hitting Malisa Ariokot. Saratino is here to bowl another over. This will be Tino's final over. She's wrestled the initiative back into the favor over the Rapids with her spell. 1 maiden, 7 runs she has gone for in her 3 overs. Big swing across the line. No connection whatsoever from Nyamer Divine Gabriela. Score out of reach now is 91. They need 12 runs every over going on from here. Long levers from Gabriela. But Malmekia does a fine job to cut it off. And the throw is equally good. Good stuff from Saratino. Very tight. She's been miserly. One of these two teams will be in the final, but only that one that dares to dream, because the contest is still even. Playing time is Mwanga Ruth The urgency in her innings has been deflated. And she's playing for the oppositions for now because she's got 17 from 31. Score now is 71 for 3 after 13 overs.
Rashida Kabula's over. First went for 8, and now there she returns. That is very full and played up in there. Who wants that one? Saratino with the catch. Rashida Kabula picks up her first wicket. And Devane Gabriela Nyameri will have to depart. Fourth wicket for the Bujagali Rafters goes.
That was there to be hit from Rashida Tikawula, but Nyameri, because she's batting with a close bat, by the time she connects, there's no power behind the shot. She just holds out there a 15-yard 6 that Saratino holds on to dearly. 71 for 3, 71 for 4. Tikabula with a wicket now. There's a new batter in town. A batter who's got hard to work hard. Mwanga Ruth stuck in the teens. 17 from 32 with just 2 boundaries. Divine goes. And here is a Kevin Amuge.
Kevin Amuge, who did disturb the scorers in the morning game, now in with another opportunity of redemption. Rashida to Kevin Amuge. Not the best of techniques there from Kevin Amuge, not moving her feet, just planting her bat. She gets some contact, but she needs to move her feet and get to the ball and make sure that she looks for the gaps.
If you're a supporter of the Karuma Rapids, you can start buying the drinks because your virtual quarterfinal looks like has been won, because the pass score is 102 and the team you are playing is 31 runs adrift. Long levers from Amuge, but she doesn't find the gap. Saratino doing a fine job.
Two dot balls to the new batter. Rashida Kavula now starting to find her line and rhythm.
Again, they are trying to throw everything at it, but no connection whatsoever. The Rafters came into today's game leading the log with 6 points after having lost their first match and won the next 3. But 24 hours is a lot of time if you're a sportsman. Looks like they will lose today. There are 2 games on their double-header day and find themselves in all sorts of trouble.
White ball there from Rashida Kavula. To over-negotiate and overcompensate for that one. We'll be having the final group stage game tomorrow in the morning between the Itanda Kayakas and Karuma Rapids. If the Bujagali Rafters don't win, it will mean that qualification will be out of their hands.
Good fine fielding show. I like Patricia Malmekia. She's fielding from mid-off to the boundary, putting in all the mileage. Shedding some skin here and bowling better. That is Amuge beaten for pace. End of the over now. Things not happening for the Rafters. who are even yet to introduce Musamali into the attack. But for now, the score is 72 for 4 after 14 overs. 36 balls left, and they need 94 runs. I don't even think if there is another Musamali or Alako in the squad of the Rafters that they will be able to get across the line. The slow bowlers have done their job. It's now night time for the pacers to come through and reap the dividends. And with the scoreboard reading up 72 for 4. Skipper Lako says, Patricia Malmekia, please come through. I reward you. You've done a lot of cleaning up in the field. Come through with an over now. Malmekia starts with a dot ball. Ruth Mwanga. I think she's already decided. She doesn't want to lose a wicket. But she's not scoring many. So, in a nutshell, she's playing for a different side. Swinging hard outside off stump from Mwanga Ruth, the youngster. Again, no connection. Well, it's a cold day and the Rapids continue to in the mood of Rafters. Malmekia new and fresh into the attack. And she is dealing in dot balls. Hit very hard, but straight to the field again. Samali won't give you freebies.
They do a lot of batting to pick up victory. 95 runs from 38 balls with the 6 wickets at hand is becoming a tall order for them. Just still going through her over there, Patricia Malemikia. A bit of a half tracker. Misfielded there again by Prosco Vialako, who has been misfielding in this tournament so much. And they the run. Quadrant rate for the Bujagali Rafters to win is 15 every over. Mathematically possible, but hard for them to realize. The two coaches, Ivan Kakana and Jonathan Sebanja, standing very close to each other and having a sideline talk. Another deft touch there from Kevin Amuge. And another dot ball for Patricia. The spinners came and did their work of making sure that and pick up victory. And now for the pace bowlers to either go through the overs or pick up the remaining wickets. Swinging across the line and not swinging to connection. Dot ball and end of the over. 14 overs gone, 71 for 4 is where the Bujagali Rafters are at the moment.
$18 per over needed now for the Rafters. This is getting out of hand. They may not catch up with the Tikabula, being asked to bowl another over from the Ginger Road end. The pass score is 116, also out of this world. 43 runs apart. Yes, Tikabula to Mwanga. Misfield from Malmekia. The chase is on. Tino Sara and Malmekia who wins the race. Mwanga Ruth gets 2 runs.
The fielding for the Bujagali, for the Karuma Rapids. Every time they get, they need to make sure they get many runs because their fielding is not. They give away so many easy runs.
Their fielding has been their undoing, and that's the reason why they took 3 games to pick up a victory on their 4th. And what has happened now, they have realized they need to score more and more. They got their highest score of the tournament on match day number 3, 127. They only won by 1 run against the Kayakers. Today they said we'll double the effort, and they get 165. And looks like they are on the victory lane. Mwanga Ruth continuing to apply herself, not in a hurry.
Misfielded again by the bowler herself. She didn't know there was no fielder behind her. And Mwanga Ruth scampers through for a single. Bring up 76 runs.
That's in the air over the top, but nowhere to run. Dismissed cheaply is the new batter. She'll go take a shower. Her business for the day is done. Kevin Amuge never really got her innings started. And she falls for 0 of 8 balls.
Rashida Tikabula with the second wicket. And Nampera Sonia is the new batter in. Rashida's fumbled 2.5 overs and picked up 2 wickets, giving away just 12 runs. 90 from 25 balls. Nampera Sonia in for the Bujagali Rafters.
Well, I need such days like Rashida Tikabula is enjoying. 2 for 12 in 2.5. It's not been like this every day, but once in a while, the sun will shine on your career, and you have to make the most of it. Full on her, and no run for Sonia Nampera. Score now is 76 for 5 after 16. And those two out there, whatever they're thinking, I would have loved to be a fly on the wall and listen in on their conversations to see what they're uploading.
24 runs from 90 balls for the Bujagali Rafters to pick up victory here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. I beg your pardon, it is 24 balls from 90 balls. 24 balls remaining to play, and the Bujagali Rafters need 90 runs for victory. The ball has been tossed back to Patricia Malemikia. This tournament is sponsored by Raj, Gaspro, Scope Energy, Nyakasura Alumni League, and Leica Mobile. A bit of a half tracker and the cut with power there. Beautiful placement there from Mwanga Ruth, who's been in and seen it. She brings up another boundary for the Bujagali Rafters.
The hand-eye coordination for Mwanga Ruth, superb. She just looks at the short ball and throws everything in the kitchen at it, trusting her hand-eye coordination. Malmekia Patricia here now from the shell end. Better line from her. And no run. Mwanga into the 20s now, 25 or 41. A bit pedestrian, just above 50. The 80 comes up for the Rafters. Full and straight on her thigh. She rubs slowly. A little pain there for Mwanga Ruth.
When you rub hard, they laugh at you. Started the over with the boundary, but now Patricia Malemikia just organizing and bowling the good lane, and then 2-dot balls, still being made by her. Half tracker, and played through the cover area to the extra cover side for just a single. The singles won't hurt the Karuma Rapids. The Rapids will be back in action tomorrow as they take on the Itanda Kayakers in the morning. The Itanda Kayakers already on the other side, waiting for who joins them in the final. Tries use the wrist, but doesn't hit it anywhere. 3rd-dot ball in the over. Last ball to complete the over. Tries to cut, but doesn't make contact. Another dot ball, and that marks the over. 85 runs from 18 balls is now the equation for the Bujagali Rafters to pick up victory. Score is 81 for 5 after 17.
The replay from Malmekia's over, where she was cracked for 4 through the cover point area by Mwanga Ruth. But now here is Fiona Egaru Kulume, 1 for 5 after 2 overs. She's coming to ball here, over number 18, with Mwanga on 26. Today Musamali not needed. She did the job with the bat, not called to come through and bowl.
Fiona Kulumebaka with the ball. She's given away 5 in her first 2 with a wicket in that spell already, and now she returns again with a dot ball.
The idea, I think, would be for the Rafters to fight hard and at least get to the 3-figure mark and lose with some honor, with some dignity. Because now it looks like the required target is out of reach because they need 28 per over. And now 2 dot balls in the over. That will make it 30. 31.88 needed. Every dot ball will be a pain as that stand round the corner to Musa. Sonia Nampera on strike. She's still on 0. It's in the air, and the catch is taken by Tikabula. I beg your pardon, it's not Tikabula Rashida. It is a Saratino who is happy that her team can see the back of Sonia Nampera.
It might be just a matter of time. Fiona Kulume with the second wicket. Look at that replay there. Gets one angling in Sonia Nampera. Sonia thought it was the ball to hit. She plays it and doesn't take it over the mid-off. Sarah with the catch and out goes Sonia Nampera. Sonia departs and in comes Sarah Akitem, who finds the score at 82 for 6. Eighty-four runs from 14 balls. No foot movement from the teacher, but a dirty ball. Fine over there coming in from Fiona Kurume Egaru. She's already bowled 2.5 overs, conceding just 6 and picking up 2 wickets. Final ball to end her third. A bit full and driven down the ground by Sarah Kiting. Should be a single, and the single marks the end of the 18th over. 83 for 6 is now the score, and 84 from 12 is the equation. Change of bowling ends there for Rashidat Kabula. She's been bowling a fine spell. 3 overs for 12, where she's picked up 2 wickets. And now she's given the ball to change ends and bowl from the shell end. 83 from 12. Rashidat Kabula, another player for Ginger Secondary School. She also plays for Ginger SS Cricket Club, part of the team which played for Uganda in the under-19 qualifiers in 2024 down in Bujagali. She starts with a full ball, and it is played by Sarah Akiteng down to long on for just a single. Hit me ball, but Sarah doesn't get out of the attack. Again down the ground for a single by Mwanga Ruth. 28 off 48 for Ruth Mwanga, and 2 off 3 for Sarah Kiteng. Tries to go for a drive, but doesn't make any contact. And another dirty ball. It's getting to a matter of time for the Karuma Rapids to pick up a very, very big victory, which will help them to work on their net run rate and put them as contenders if they can go on and overcome the Kayakers tomorrow. Another full toss, but down the leg for a wide. Shim down the track there from Sarah Kiteng. And Rashida Tikabula loses her line.
8 balls left in this match. 81 needed from just 8 balls. Make that 80 because the score is 86 for 6. More wides on offer. Tikabula straying all over the place. Spoiling her own figures there. She's done well so far for the Rapids. 2 for 16. She needs to close it out. Close the deal. Shut the gates. Don't give them any further sniff. Sarah Akiteng, 2 from 5. Mwanga Ruth has held her end, but it's all been in vain. Big swing from Akiteng.
Not moving her feet on that one. And another dirty ball to mark at the end of the over. 87 for 6 after 19. 79 from 6. Mathematically, very, very hard. Four balls in the final over. My guess was if Fiona Kulume, but she's not put anywhere close to the ball. It will be Patricia Malemikia who will be coming to measure her run up.
Final 6 balls. Patricia Malmekia will bowl 3 overs today. And what a spell so far from her. Spell of doom that has closed out things here for the Rafters. Mwanga Ruth continuing to swing. No run up front. Dot ball up front there. Now, we very well know that the tournament will stay alive in the morning tomorrow. It's a must watch when the Rapids take on the Kayakers. The Rafters have left everything to chance. The onus is not on them. They will need some prayers and keep their fingers crossed because it will go down to net run rate. I would like to look at the net run rate after this game ends. Because now the Rapids are going to move to 4 points. The Kayakers are on 6. And the Rafters will stay stuck on 6. So in the morning tomorrow, if the Rapids win again, every team will finish with 6 points. And the 2 finals will be chosen by net run rate. That is the end of Mwanga Ruth, who built a stone wall out there in the middle, giving away nothing, but also not scoring many. She falls finally, yes, for 28 odd. And Malmekia picks up a deserved wicket at the tail end of the innings.
Good, fine work. Just one swing again. Mwanga Ruth bowling across the line, going across the line. The furniture is here arranged. And the Rafters are 7 wickets down. Naso Natahia is now the new batter in. The left-handed Nasu Natahia is in. Swings and makes some contact there, Nasu Natahia, but some bit of advantage for another dot ball. No run for Nasu Natahia. Another dot ball for Patricia Malemikia in the over.
One ball left here. Fine spell. Not every day you see a final over one innings as a maiden, but a maiden wicket. But here, Malmeki has a chance to do that. Final ball. And that is it. Wicket maiden to wrap things up here. Flashing blade of Tahia Nasuna Umbeja. And see Esther Luku is on her knees saying, thank you guys, we done well. We have beaten the clock in terms of weather. And we have reigned when the odds were against us. And we are deservedly the champions. This is the scorecard match summary. First, I tell you how the Bujagali Rafters batted. Ariokot Malisa, 37 from 31. Mwanga Ruth, 28 from 51. Awino Kevin, just the 6 from 7. She fell very early. But the bowling figures, 2 for 7 in 3 overs for Kulume Fiona. Rashida Tikabula, 2 for 16. And Patricia Malmekia, 1 for 6. Earlier on, when the Rapids won the toss and batted, it was the Musamali and Alako show. A century for them, for Musamali, first in the tournament, and a 50 for Alako, her first half century. Iloku falling for 7, and the bowlers were taken to cleaners. Ariokot Malisa standing out with the ball. 2 for 35. Kevin Amuge, 1 for 17. Sarah Kiteng, none for 14. It is the Karuma Rapids that win the game number 8 on match day number 4 over the league by 78 runs. And look at this net run rate. Yes, the net run rate does say that Bujagali Rafters done and dusted with their 2 games. They have 6 points. Same points with the Itanda Kayakas, who've won 3 and lost 2. They still have a game to play tomorrow morning against the Karuma Rapids, who have now 4 points and have patched themselves into a place of contention to stay alive for a final spot, only if they can win tomorrow, because their net run rate for now is better than that of Bujagali Rafters. And these are the highlights for you in the second innings. This is how it all started. Creaming Konsi Aweko through the cover point region was Kevin Awino. And then Jennifer Ichuma came through quickly. And what Jennifer Ichuma did was she picked up the wicket. Oh yes, it came off the bells. They were 19 for 2 in a flash before Malisa Riokot came with a big blade and hit the senior bowler Konsi Aweko all over the park for boundaries. Ichuma was back in the mix. This one was in the air. A chance for who wants to catch that. Instead, it went to the boundary. The runs at that moment were keeping abreast with what was required as per DLS. And it was all about who was going to survive and live longer. But the wickets tumbled. They tumbled in quick fashion and the runs dried out. 76 for 3 became 76 for 5. And when Patricia Malmekia came through at the very end, Mwanga Ruth was throwing the big punches. But all those punches were never going to be knockout blows, as she closed off the game easily with a couple of wickets. There you are, Saratino in your frame, completing a very fine catch. And at the very end, you can see how Mwanga Ruth lost her off stump with everything left to play for. They were all out for 87, and it is the Karuma Rapids who have won by 78 runs.
Post-match time for the game between the Bujagali Rafters and the Karuma Rapids. A 78-run victory for the Karuma Rapids to pull up victory. 1 century and a half century, but now let me first invite the captain for the Bujagali Rafters, Kevin Awino, to come and wrap up the tournament for her. Kevin, please come through. Kevin, what might have gone wrong in that game?
I think we didn't bowl to our plan. We had very many misfields and also bad balls. So we didn't bowl to our plan. That's why we lost it. Actually, we lost the game in the first innings.
What might be some of the positives that you've picked in the tournament? Because now the group stage is done for you. I'm not saying that you can't make it to the final, you can, but now the chances are not in your hands. And as it stands, Rapids have a better net run rate from you. So what could be your sum up of the group stages?
I think having good partnerships in our batting and also sticking on our plans towards the end of the overs. Those are the positive things that we've picked up, and also picking wickets in the power play.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Hard luck and go well.
Thank you.
That is the captain for the Bujagali Rafters, Kevin Awino. Let me invite the captain for the Karuma Rapids, Proskovia Alako. Proskovia, congratulations upon winning the game. It's now 2 out of 2 for you. What was it like for you when you were batting with Ritam Samali to come up and win this game?
First of all, thank you so much. Basically, it was, I told the guy already when we were during the interview, I told him we'd score like 130 because the wicket was flat and we could, score some runs. So about the partnership, she was talking to me and I was just running for her. I actually wanted her to score 100 because initially I was telling her, Rita, do this, Rita, do that, and she was hearing, luckily, and she also supported me and until I scored the 50.
Now that you have a chance of qualifying for the finals, if you come tomorrow and win your game against the Chanda Kayakas, what should the fans expect tomorrow ahead of that game?
Basically the same things, because we don't make mistakes every day. We have to make new things. We shall come back hard, same spirit.
Anything about your fielding and the team at large?
The fielding is pathetic. I think basically when we resume our trainings, we need to work on our personal things, and yeah, we shall be better.
Thank you so much and go well, President.
Thank you.
That is the captain for the Karuma Rapids, Proskovia Alako, and the player of match, 1 catch and the first century in the women's LA tournament, Ritam Samal. To give out the award is the manager for the Victoria Pearls, Marjorie Nanchinga. Thank you so much, Majo. Rita, what was it like for you and how does it feel? First century in the women's elite.
Thank you. First, want to thank God for today and thank my teammates for supporting and backing me up. For my century, it was all about staying on the wicket and runs would have come.
A final is in the lane for the Karuma Rapids. Tomorrow, if you come out and win against the Chanda Kayakas, you have a chance. What should the fans expect going forward to tomorrow's game?
They should expect us to play finals because we are now in the momentum, so we shall step up and score runs.
Thank you so much and go and enjoy your money for the player of match. Scope Energy being the sponsors for that player of match award. We've come to the end of the post-match presentation. Well, tomorrow action continues in the morning as the Itanda Kayakas take on the Karuma Rapids. We will have the wrap-up in the afternoon tomorrow with the final of the top 2 at the end of the group stage action.